All righty, everyone. Welcome to yoga. Today is a gentle yoga day, and we're going to start on our backs. So I invite you to bring the soles of your feet together and slowly make your way down onto your mat. Heels come in towards the hips as close as you comfortably can. Right hand on belly, left hand on heart. Chin comes slightly to the chest, so the back of the neck gets longer. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Feel the left hand on the heart. Maybe you feel your heart beat. And slow down, guys. You've been working all morning. Take this time to become very present in your breath. Slowly, and when you're ready, just straighten that right leg and straighten the left. Maybe you flex the feet as if you're standing on the ground, taking the arms up, maybe stretching with both hands up or hooking a thumb. Big inhale, open mouth gently. Gentle exhale. Beautiful. Take both knees up over your hips and your hands up over the knees or the top of the shins, and the lower back goes flat into the mat. Knee bones push together, and I like flexed feet, but really what this is about is that lower C curve, getting a massage as we roll the knees the same direction in this one direction and the other. Great. Gorgeous. And then we're going to take the knees, both of them, over to the left. So it's a high twist, and my arms are like a T or a cactus, depending on if you want to bend them or keep them straight. And what we're going to do is the right shoulder pulls down towards the mat, and the right knee is trying to get flush with the left knee, which is almost impossible. But what you'll notice is with the right shoulder pushing down and the right knee pulling over, you're getting a nice back stretch. And maybe the last bit is the right ear comes towards the ground on the right, looking over at the right hand. Great. Using both knees pushed together, slowly come up. Lower back down. Right knees go to right, gaze to left. Same thing, the left knee we try to bring right in line with the right knee. Almost impossible, I know. Left shoulder pushes down. And again, gaze to left, breathe. Close your eyes. Take this time for you today. Great, guys, so good. Knees come up and straighten those legs. Okay. So today we're just going to do a little bit. I know this is gentle yoga, but I'm going to do a little bit of core here. You have two options. Option one is harder. Option two is a little easier, at least for me. So option one, my hands come at the sides of my mat, and you can either point or flex. It doesn't matter. But all you're going to try to do is lift the hips up 1/4 of an inch off the ground. And you can use the hands to push down. And this is a lower oblique thing. That was option one. Option two is hands behind the head, making a little like cushion for the back of the head, elbows out, and we just lift the chest. Okay. Either way, we're going to do this 10 times. So get ready, and whichever one you're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down you go. Bend the knees, bring them back to your heels. Walk them in as close as you can, heels to sit bones. Knees up over heels, hands flat. So at your side, palms down, scoop the pelvic floor and lift up into a bridge, rolling the shoulder blades under. And here we're going to also do a little pulse. So level 1, you're just going to stay here, push up and breathe. And level 2, you just simply squeeze the knees together. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. Close your eyes if you want. Just feel a little lift and squeeze. So what all this is doing is developing us to bring awareness to the pelvic floor. In yoga, this is our root lock. And we always come back to this. So this is just a little practice here, focusing on that core. Okay, a little bit more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Give the knees a hug. Bring them in, rock side to side. Great, beautiful. Bring those feet down to your sit bones. Take the right foot over the left, a figure 4, and then bring the left foot off the mat. And you're going to take the hands and interlace them behind the left thigh or up and over the left knee. Both are options. If you do the thigh, you have a little more space for the right elbow to push into the right thigh. And we flex the feet and pull. Otherwise, both hands wrap around the top of left knee and you pull. Either way, we're getting into right hip, right glute. Breathe. 4, 5, straighten that leg if you want. Level 1, you stay exactly where you are. Level 2, you move the hands up and outside, maybe interlacing them. This depends on you. Don't worry about it. If you're not there, just stay where you are. Just even straighten the leg. Some of you might grab your toes. Some of you might grab the outside of the left foot and push in with the right knee. Slowly lower the left foot back to the sit bone. Unhook the right and take the left over the right, just switching sides. That's it. Figure 4, left foot over right knee, pick up the right leg, interlace your hands around that thigh or knee, whichever variation you feel is most efficient for your body. The invitation here, always in a practice, is not to get to where I'm saying to go, but to take a moment and just feel what your body needs, knowing that everything is optional. And the practice is just about paying attention with intention to what's happening now in whatever part of your body. Maybe you take your hands over the knee. Maybe you now are ready to straighten that leg. You can do any of these, none of these, all of them. Gently come down, bring that right foot back down, take that left leg back down to the mat, and both feet back up to the sky this time. I like hands inside the feet. We're gonna do a happy baby. Some people do outside. I don't think it really matters. Just rock side to side. Then hands under the knee pits, knees together. We're gonna rock and roll to seated. If you're new to the class, I like rocking on the side of the spine. There's muscle going from the glute all the way on the side of the bone up to my shoulder neck. This allows for a little more of a massage. Knees to the left, knees to the right. And then come up into seated position. And this is easy pose, Sukhasana. One foot is on top of the other. Lift your spine. We'll take those hands to the sides. Inhale up. Palms to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, elbows pull behind you. Maybe chin comes down to neck. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, from here, I'm gonna do the head today. So take your left hand down and the right hand's gonna go over the side of the head. So the energy on the left hand's pulling towards the ground, but I'm not pushing. I'm just maybe the fingers. And the head is going the opposite direction. Now, I'm gonna talk for me. So this is fine when my ear comes to the side, but I prefer the chin coming slightly down. So I move the stretch to the back of the neck versus the total side. And I lift the spine up at the same time. It's more about finding the spot in your neck that needs the extra stretch right now. The left hand, my fingertips are on the ground. That is helping enhance the stretch. Gently switch sides, right hand down, left arm up and over, chin to chest, any variation you tried last time. Gently come up and down. All right, take those hands, interlace them, lift the ribs, lift everything here, and then take the hands behind the head. And we're gonna just take the arms forward. So you're lifting the ribs higher, but you're letting the neck come lower. And you're getting hopefully a stretch in the back of your neck here. And breathe. So it's a little constricted, good for the thyroid. Guys, gently come up. Good. Take whatever foot's on the top and switch them out. Other side. Hands over knees. And we're just going to roll that spine in a circle. Let the head and the neck go. Other direction. Come back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand over. Now this side stretch is a deep one. If you're newer, you might want to just keep both arms straight. If you've got a little more openness in the hip, you can put the forearm down, reach out, gaze up. And maybe back with the top arm. Gently come up with a hand, come over. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Maybe the forearm comes down. Again, find your spot. Nice, guys. So good. Come on up. All right, from here, we're going to move to tabletop. So you'll undo those legs, turn yourself around. Your knees are under your hips. The top of feet are flat on the mat. And you walk back your hands so you really have the shoulders like that feel that they're over the knuckles. Push into the tops of the feet. Push completely into the hands so the padding under the fingers and the palms are pushing into the mat. Middle finger, index finger forward. And then from there, we do cat-cows. We bend the back, we look up. Exhale into the angry cat. So when we inhale and exhale, I invite you to close your eyes and really feel how deeply you can go into a back bend and how much you can scoop the belly into the angry cat. Great, keep going. Stop, flip your wrist. Let's get those wrists, palms facing up. If you can do one at a time, that's great. If you can do two, great. So my fingers are towards my knees. My palms are up and I'm bending and straightening, and this is a big wrist stretch. Then flip the hands down, wrists forward, fingers towards knees. You can roll one direction and the other. Head, hips, go right and left. All right, guys, so take the toes and roll them under. And at the same time, you're gonna peel those wrists off the mat. Fingers, come on up, shake it out. Roll the toes under. Sit up with your sit bones on the heels, lengthen the spine, breathe. So the idea here is to get to your edge. So if this is too much, I need you down here, right? If this is enough, but I can handle a little more, just lean back. It's just more weight, right? If you're good, leaning back a little bit, inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms, squeeze shoulder blades together, chest comes up, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Just going up and down a few times. Unless this is too much for the toes, then you're not doing it, or you're on the tops of your feet. Excellent. Come down. Let the toes go. Bring the heels together. Sit back on the tops of the feet. So we're stretching the ankles here. We always know that we can take our fists and knead them into the bottom of the feet. Letting that go. Then we'll continue with the ankle stretching. So level 1, you just rock side to side. Beautiful. Some of you are flexible enough in your ankles, you'll take your fingers to the side and lift up those knees, sit bones in the arches. Lift the spine up. Maybe a few of you are going to do little rolls with the knees, one direction and the other, getting into those little metatarsal. Don't worry about it if you're not there. The last bit is maybe some of you will grab your knees, pull the heart through and breathe. 4, 5, gently come down. Let that go. Shake out those feet. Okay, bring your knees back underneath your hips. Hands back underneath your shoulders. And we're going to take our right leg out. Flex the foot. Take the left hand out, thumb to sky. And I'm going to ask you to imagine that I have a rope on your right ankle and your left wrist, and you're being pulled in 2 different directions. Push a lot on the left top of left foot, and elbow is going to come to knee 3 times. Exhale, inhale on the extension. Exhale on the contraction. Maybe reach back, grab ankle, kick up and back. If you don't do that, if you're newer to this, 2 hands down, kick up and back. Gently come out, come back down. Guys, come onto your left elbow and your right fingertips if you can. Take your right heel to your sit bone and stack the hips. Roll the right ankle. Big knee circles. Forward. And backwards. Straighten that leg. Gently, simply come back, toes to ground. Beautiful. Knee to ground. So when we feel the hips squaring off to the ground, we're setting ourselves up for poses that are more advanced later. Left leg back, flex the foot, lock out the leg if you can, toes to the ground. Right arm up, thumb out, breathe, gaze down and out. Elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Stay there. Beautiful. Reach back, maybe grab the foot. And you can either pull or kick or put 2 hands down and just kick up with the leg. Slowly come out. Come on down. And we go into the right elbow, if you can. Left finger sits, and you see automatically my hip starts to stack. That's the reason I go on my elbow, heel to sit bone. This is just to hold me up, but it's easier to stack hips when you're lower like this. Big knee circles. I actually roll the ankle too. I forgot to say that. But one direction and the other. Beautiful. And straighten that leg. Come back. Walk yourself back up with 2 arms, squaring off the hip to the ground, which means toes come to the ground, and bring the left knee to meet the right. Widen your knees, sit back into your heels, child pose, walk your fingers forward. Forehead to mat, breathe. Beautiful. So if you want a deeper stretch, you may put your fingers into the ground, lift your wrist up, and your forearms can come off the mat. You can walk over to the left and lean into the right side here. Walk hands up and over to the right, lean into the left. Back to center. So the next pose is puppy pose, guys. So the easiest way to get into puppy pose from here is to lift the tailbone up, bring the knees in and back, and then walk the forearms forward and bring your forehead to the mat. I'm going to take off this baggy shirt and or chin to the mat. I will be back with you in a second. So here we are, chin or forehead. Tailbone is up. So ideally the tailbone comes over the knees. Sometimes people want to keep that tailbone back over the heels. You're not going to get the same stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Great, guys, so good. A few more breaths. We're coming onto our belly. Walk those knees back. Forearms parallel. Shoulder blades roll up and back. Lift the top of your head. Sphinx pose. Look over to the right. Look around. Let the head go. Look at the left. Come back to the right. The forearms are pushing down and pulling back on the left. Excellent. Come back to center, gaze maybe at your nose or out and down in front of you, and you're pulling the arms, the elbows pull towards the hips, and you're lifting the back of the head and the heart's lowering. This should feel like a decent stretch in the upper back. Exhale, forehead to mat. Take your hands to the sides, elbows over wrist. You look like a spider. And my shoulders and elbows are more or less in alignment. Lift the back up and roll the right shoulder to the left and the left shoulder to the right. Right and left. You got it. Beautiful. Breathe. Exhale down. Bring those hands to your sides, palms facing up, and just rock your hips right and left, right and left. Beautiful. Slide those arms back up and come back up on your forearms, but this time it's not as exact and distinct. We're just going to take the right arm and cross it at an angle in front of us and take the left arm back and grab the inside of the back foot. Level one, we just pull that leg down. Some of you will push the foot down with the elbow to the sky. Some of you will go, I would say most of you will stop. Some of you might straighten that right arm and roll the right shoulder back and look forward. Gently come out, switch sides, left elbow gently crosses in front to give you some stability as you reach back. Grab the inside of the foot and push the right heel to the right of the hip. Breathe. on back. Good, forearms down. Excellent. Alrighty, one more time. We're gonna do a little more back here. We're here, so we might as well go for it. All right, so we're gonna do locust. We're gonna do the easy locust, and while we're up, we're gonna go to harder transitions if you want, and if you don't, you don't. So the easiest transition for me would be to take the arms out like a goalpost or a cactus and up and bring up the feet. So we lift the back and everything is up. The gaze can be down, and we just try to bring the heels higher and the elbows higher. We hold and we breathe in this locust, strengthening our back. And then if you want more, you're ready to go to the next level, bring the feet together or more towards each other, hands out, like Superman arms, hold, breathe. Then maybe if you're feeling like you want a lot, you can reach back and grab your ankles. Otherwise, come down, guys, and then come back up. This can be too much. I think that third one is a lot. Kick up and back. If you're doing bow, this is bow pose. If this is not available to you, if you cannot grab your ankles, please go back to that first variation where we lifted the arms and the air. Arms and legs out like a parachute diver. Breathe, kick, kick, kick. Wherever you are for 3, higher. Whatever you're doing, 4, 5, exhale down. Woo, flop it down. Either windshield wiper the feet right and left, or just rock your hips right and left. Take the feet down, beautiful. Breathe into the back. All right, guys. So that was a lot of back bending. So we're gonna do the counter pose for that. Bring the feet together, hands underneath your shoulders, and we're gonna push back into the male version of child pose. So we come all the way back, and then our palms face up and then are on the sides of the feet, and the shoulders are wrapping around the knees, feeling that beautiful stretch in the back. Great, 4. Now, some of you are going to stay here, and some of you are going to take the hands and cup them on your heels. This is rabbit pose. The heels are going to pull in towards each other. The elbows pull right and left, and the chin comes to your chest. Forehead maybe can touch your knees. And when the head comes down, you're rolling onto the top of the head and peeling the sit bones off the heels and pulling the arms a lot to the right and left. This is the counter pose for the back bends. A deep one called rabbit. Pull, 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 breathe, breathe, breathe. For 3, 4, 5. All right, guys, gently come up, rolling up. Whew. All right, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna do a little moon salutation next. I invite everyone to come up on your knees. At the back of your mat. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms, chest forward. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly come back into child pose. Look up forward, slide yourself through all the way into your belly. Inhale up, cobra. Exhale, child pose. All the way back. Inhale up on 2 knees, guys, one more time, all the way up. This time the right knee steps forward. Exhale, drape. Lunge the right knee all the way forward. This is a big lunge. Lunge, 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 lunge. Inhale up, back bend. Exhale, half split. So you'll straighten that right leg. I sometimes need to put my leg forward. It's up to you. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. And we're just going to stay here for a breath or 2. Flexing the feet is a little more intense with the stretch. You can have an option of fanning out the toes. Great. Bring that put back. Inhale up one more time. Lunge. Go all the way back. Exhale, drape. Right knee goes to left knee. Inhale up. Exhale, child. Look up in front of the mat. Inchworm forward all the way to your belly. Inhale up, cobra. Great. Exhale, back child. Inhale up onto knees. And then exhale, left foot steps forward, drape. Lunge forward, so you're on the top getting to that hip. Inhale up, back bend. Exhale, cactus hold for a second. Get that nice stretch in that thigh, right hip psoas. Oh, yes. Inhale up. Exhale, half split. Take your time. We just straighten that front leg. Again, maybe you bring that foot forward. Guys, if you are new to yoga, this can be a lot to try to straighten this leg. Some of you would need blocks or something underneath. Do the best you can. You might have a micro bend today. Eventually that leg will lock out. Forward fold. Holding again, a few extra breaths here. Great, bending that knee forward one more time. Inhale up, lunge, back bend. Exhale, drape. Left knee to meet right. And one more time, inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms, hips forward. Inhale up, exhale, tabletop. Just tail back down to tabletop. Great, guys. So that little sequence is over. All right, we're gonna go into a bear pose and then a downward facing dog. Take your toes, roll them under. Walk the hands back a little bit. Most of us probably need to do that. And we're gonna lift the knees and round the back first, okay? And that's all core. And then belly to thighs, heels over toes. Breathe. This is a bear pose. My belly is touching the tops of my thighs. Look at your heels. You want to have those heels as far up as you can over those toes. Some of you can't do it. I get it. Do the best you can. And then left foot steps back and right foot steps back. We are in a down dog. Down dog is a flat back. So if you need to bend your knees a whole bunch to get that back flat, that is where you're going. Your heels do not need to touch the ground. That is, just because mine are, doesn't mean yours need to. More flexible people, if you can, then you okay, sure, heels down, legs straight, but that's after there's a line on the back. So the shoulders that come up, if you want to look at me, this is not what I want to see. No, no. All the way back. Breathe. 4, 5. Now, guys, I'm going to invite us for a down dog twist today. So I'd like you to take your heel off the mat, wide, and walk the hands back in a little bit. Take the right hand up over the left heel, push into the left hand in the mat, and pull and twist, looking under your armpit at the ceiling. Breathe. Pulling the hips a little more to the right. 4, 5. Switch hands, right down, left crosses over. Bring the hand back, walk the feet back in. Okay. All right, guys, from here, we're gonna go nice into a nice pigeon today. So take your right foot up and slow-mo, if you can, bring the knee into your nose. Then bring the knee to the right elbow and swing the right ankle, which might not be that easy, down in front of you. Now, the way to get into this pose that's easiest is to walk back with the back leg. That's easier. Some people go forward with the front leg, but I feel like that's a lot more work. What I do want to tell you is that you want to be on top of this leg. So there's a tendency for people to roll right, open up the hip. I'd rather see the left hip floating, and then we come down. Now, I will tell you, if this is not your pose, if this feels bad, if you know what you're doing, guys, go into pigeon. Hang out, wait for me. Here is the modification. You bend the back knee. You can come up. This is a modification. and you do a forward fold here over the right foot, hang. Modification. Otherwise, full pigeon. Hopefully you're relaxing wherever you are, and let go, please, and breathe. All right, gang, slowly we're gonna come up, peel yourself up, take that left leg around the right leg, it's for a twist. So this is called Marichyasana, Lord of the Fishes pose. Left foot comes over right knee, top of right foot down, and you're gonna take the right arm, in level one, you're gonna hug, so the armpit comes outside of the knee, and I take the left hand, grab my wrist, and twist up. This is the easier twist. You still get a nice stretch here, IT, glute. Some of you will bring the armpit in front. Then take this left hand and bring it at the base of the spine, lift and twist. There are other places to go with wraps. I think this is probably good. Some people wrap through, around. You can go to wherever you want. Breathe. Lift and root. So the sit bones are rooting, the top of the head is lifting, and these arms are twisting. Gently unwind to the other side. Great, guys. All right, listen carefully. We're gonna straighten the left leg and bring the right leg inside. I'll face the camera. You don't need to face the camera if you want, so you can see. So this is Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Head to knee, so it's a twist, because my hips would take me forward this way. So we lift the spine, twist it, keeping the toes to the ceiling, and we come down. And ideally, if you can grab that foot, great. Head comes to knee, forward fold, breathe. We took the time. Gently come up. So we're doing the level 2 today on this. There's a bunch of options, but I'm gonna suggest either picking up your body and rolling forward, putting your heel right in the middle of the pelvic floor there, and that's level 1. So that's one of our shooting energy up the center, or you can do the other pressure point, which is to take the bone on the ankle and stick it in the middle of the thigh, right there on the muscle, right? Which to me is a little bit of an owie because I get really tight in my quads. Everyone's different. And we forward fold. Either way, you're sliding up on the heel or doing this variation. So for me, this one's harder, so I picked it, but you can do you. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, guys, come on up. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to turn back around to the front of my mat, and I'm going to invite everyone to do one boat before we flip around, and we're going to go back to down dog. So the boat pose is for you to find your edge. So I kind of roll onto the sit bones, make sure that my feet are flat, and then I'll take my fingers just touching my thighs and start to come back until I feel my core activated. When I do, my feet start to come up, right? Hopefully yours are too. So I root down through the center and I take the hands off and I roll my shoulders back, squeeze my shoulder blades together to take any pressure off the neck. So now I'm technically in both. I feel this. Some of you will pick up your legs. Some of you won't. Some of you will straighten your legs. I won't today. You may. If you want more, you go lower. That's it. And everyone should have a shiver on, a little shiver. I'm going to count 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just cross those feet in front of you. Bring them in. Roll back onto your knees. Come back. You can do a cat-cow if you want to let that little belly go. Toes under, meet me in down dog. One more time, walk it out, right, left. Inhale, inhale into the back of the head. Exhale, let it out, let any tension out. And now the left leg comes up and we bring the left knee to the right elbow, then the left elbow, and we kind of flip up that foot again, come down and walk it back. So again, the variation, if you did the variation last time, do it here. We're all coming back down into pigeon pose. Breathe. You want to go deeper, or just walk back with that right leg more. Guys, gently come up. Take that back foot up and around. One more time for the twist. Right foot goes over the left knee. The left leg comes in. Right hand behind you. Left arm up. Hug. Or come around. Twist. Breathe. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Twist. Gently unwind, let it go. Come on back up. All right, other side this time. So we are straightening the right leg and the left foot's coming inside that right leg. And we twist over the right leg, head to knee pose, forward fold. Guys, gently come up. Remember round 2. We can lift up and over. So basically the foot is sitting in the center of my groin in forward fold. And or you can take the heel and put it in the middle of the thigh. This is a pressure point for me on that muscle. Again, that's up to you, forward fold. All right, guys, gently come up. All right, ooh, bring both feet forward, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna do one more core and then we're gonna do some more side stretching. So bend those knees again. I know we've got a little core thing happening today, I can tell that. So again, go right back to where we left off last time. Just go there, your muscles remember. Shoulders back, maybe bring the feet up, maybe the hands out, come down a little more. Get the energy into the core, maybe a little shivering, and breathe for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees in, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Baddha, bound angle pose, Konasana. I'll turn towards the camera. Inhale up, exhale forward fold. And you can drape over if you want, palms up, head down. And breathe into these hips. Gently roll up. And then roll out the right leg and keep the left foot in. One level. Another is to take the foot behind you. So I prefer the foot behind me because I go deeper, but that's really personal. If this feels uncomfortable, your body will tell you, don't do it. So try to keep those toes also up towards the ceiling. So this is a side twist. So I come in with the elbow inside the thigh and lift the arm up. And maybe you can bring the forearm down. This is it. You could be right here, good to go. Some of you will come lower and bring the shoulder in and grab that side of the foot. If you're here with me, you want that hip to come push down the other direction. Hold, breathe. Slowly, guys, gently come up. Excellent. Okay, we're just going to switch sides. It's that simple. Left leg straight, right leg will do whatever you did on the other side, hopefully. I didn't say this, I should have, but my knee, I'm a little wider than a 90 degree here. 90 you could do, but I feel like when you get a little wider, you get a deeper stretch if you can. Again, your body will tell you. Reach up. And then elbow inside to twist spine. And then maybe forearm down. And that's all you maybe need to do. Reach up and out. Gaze up at the ceiling, breathe. Maybe that shoulder comes down and you reach up and over for the foot. Wherever you are, give yourself another few seconds of breathing deeper, twisting maybe a little more. And gently come up. Great. Bring both feet wide. This is called Upavishta Konasana. Maybe you'll notice my toes are going straight up to the ceiling. My sit bones are nicely nestled on the ground and my spine is long. If that's not working for you, that's when you need to put something under you, a prop, a roll, a blanket, a roll, or just bring those feet forward. But you want to not be lowering back here. So if that's the case, something's off. You maybe need to bring those feet forward a little bit. We're gonna lift up, shoulders back, and just hinge and go slowly. Guys, really slowly, hinge, 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 forward, walk fingers forward. Come down on the clock, beautiful. You go down as low as you go. Some people will actually take their elbows down and put their forehead in their palms, and this is good for them. Some people go lower, some people stay higher, right? So lower, might be all the way down, and really that's just your hips will tell you. Okay, guys, slowly come up. Oh, okay, now we should feel this. So gently take your legs forward. Do me a favor. We're actually gonna roll onto our backs. Unfortunately, we're not in a room with each other because I want you to shake your legs out. Now, shake them a lot and let the toes go in and the toes go out. And you might notice it starts to feel good. Let it go. Get into the calf, thighs, lots of wobbling. And if you really want to do the dead bug pose, shake the arms. I think they call this something dead bug, which I kind of think is a weird visual, but I can imagine it. Okay, excellent. Oh, great. Bring those feet to the ground. You might have some tingling. Palms down and just flatten the legs. Just go down and just lie down for 1 second, breathe. You might have tingling if you were shaking a lot. Great. Bending those knees. We're going to do one last bridge again. We started with a bridge and we're ending with a bridge. If you want upward facing bow, be my guest. I'm not going to show it. Your hands will go to your shoulders. Otherwise, hands at your sides. You're with me. Scoop the belly, scoop the hips. Come on up and then roll the shoulder blades together. Knees squeeze. You're not doing any pouncing or bouncing this time. You're just going to hold. Toes slightly in, heels slightly out, squeezing thighs towards each other. Gently bone by bone roll down. Knees to chest, give yourself a hug. Right leg over the left, eagle legs, beautiful. And then taking your knees to the right, gaze to the left. Come on, back up, switch left leg over right, high twist, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Bring the knees back up, unwind, and bring the feet over your hips. So level 1, you stay here. Level 2, some of you might enjoy this. I notice I like this more than most people do. I put my thumbs together underneath my hips and I let the weight of the hips put pressure on my wrist. I don't know what it is about this. It feels amazing to me. You may lift yourself into a supported shoulder stand if that's in your practice. This is it. If you need to see it, don't worry about it if you're not going to do it. Wherever you are is perfect. Some of you will bring your toes over your head. Plow pose. Maybe the knees, come to the forehead. This is snail. Maybe the knees go around the ears. That's ear pressure pose. Ready, when you're ready, bone by bone, all the way down to your mat. I'm going to change our music. You will come onto your back for Shavasana or corpse pose, palms up, eyes closed. Find your breath. Let go. Breathe. Let the back relax into the mat. The body soften. Let the breath flow through every cell in your body. Let the mind quiet. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take your head a little to the right, a little to the left. Maybe bring those arms up over your head just like when we started stretching. Take a big breath in, open your mouth, sigh. Bring your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Gently rock out to one side and make your way up into any comfortable seated position. And we sit for just a few more seconds, breathing, eyes open, eyes closed, settling into maybe a quieter place, a more open place, a place with more feeling. Bring your hands to your heart. From that place within me where my light or awareness is, I honor that place within each and every one of you. Until the next time, namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining today. Appreciate you.